All right. Okay, we'll get started. So Beth and I are super, super excited for our guest speaker today, y'all. As you can see, it's Erin O'Keefe. She is out in New York. So we have an East Coast jewel with us. I think this is the first time that we've had an East Coast jewel. And Erin, for those of you that don't know, if you were on here a little bit earlier, she was our speaker at Super Saturday in Dallas, and she is awesome. I love her sense of humor. She's witty. She's quick. She's just a great, great girl. She was New York's second jewel and also New York's second diamond. So she's going to share with us her story, and then we're just going to give her the mic and take it away. So at the end, if y'all have any questions, just post it like you always do, and then Beth and I will read them with her. So if you have any questions for her that you can think of, start jotting them down. All right, girl.
First of all, thank you so much for the invite and for rescuing me from cleaning. I apologize for this, but it is like go time. My kids have been home for 3 days, and it was time to purge the house. Anyways, so Dallas was the most rewarding professional experience I've ever had in my life. As a Plexus person, as a teacher for 16 years, guys, I was scared out of my mind to go to Dallas. And not because there was 1,800 people, but because there was like 4,000 jewels there. And what I found was that was probably the best part. I was more intimidated by all the diamonds in the room and all their success. And I'm like, why me? Like, why me? And I found everyone was so warm and so kind and so loving. And I just felt, I don't know, I just felt like I left there with a new family. And I remember when Ariel and Beth came up to me and they're like, can I have a picture with you? I'm like, really? Like, I want a picture with you. Like, I felt like I was diamond stalking out there. So everyone made me feel so amazing. And I feel like Dallas is just, a second home to me. So that was so fun. But I got started because I was actually a teacher and I was in direct sales. I was doing Leah Sophia jewelry parties. And my friend, Kathleen Hepler, who was the first time in New York, she had this like little private customer group on Facebook, and she kept putting me in, and I kept taking myself out because I thought she was completely crazy. Like, what is she doing? This is so crazy. Like, that's just dumb. I don't do anything like that. And not that I didn't do direct sales. I didn't do supplements. I never even took a vitamin. I never heard about gut health or probiotics. I just never even crossed my mind. So I kept removing myself, and she was bold enough. She acts like, I always tease her, she acts like she didn't know. Oh, I forgot I put you in there. I'm like, yeah, come on. So she put me in there the third time, and it was February, and it was New York, and it was cold, and it was dark, and it was just, I wasn't feeling good. Like, I just didn't feel good. My son was a year and a half, and I just was working so hard, working out and eating right, and nothing was clicking. I was tired. After lunch, I'd go to lunch as a teacher, not even want to go back to work, and forget about wanting to go home and play with my kids. I was just tired. So every time she put me in this group, I kept seeing her like thinner and happier. And she got me like on a bad day, and I was like, dude, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what this stuff is, but I need some. And I didn't even research it. Like, I didn't care if my hair fell out or I turned green. And you could tell I'm not like a green personality. But I didn't care. I just wanted what she was having. So I ordered it. I didn't even tell my husband. I ordered it as a customer, a preferred customer, which I didn't even want to do that. I was like going to be that retail girl. I ordered it as a preferred customer because she like told me I had to. And I started on a Sunday, and by Friday, I was like skipping down the hallway at work, like after lunch. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I realized it was like the pink drink, and I was taking Accelerator too. So I called her, and I was like, dude, I feel so good. And she's like, I know, I told you. And all right, you told me. All right, so how much are you making? And she was telling me, she was brand new. So at the time, it was like $400 to $500. And I was like, oh, cool. I'll tell my friends. They could probably use some money. And I'll just tell them they can be your customers. And anyway, so within that week, now I've been a customer for a week. On a week 2, remember, I like direct sales. I was like one of those people that was looking for a company and knew I loved it. I believed in the industry, but for me, doing parties at that point in my life, it was exhausting because I had 2 little kids at home and I taught all week, so I didn't want to go do parties. But anyway, so I was researching the compensation plan, and I knew I came across something really special and really amazing with our pay point system. And I just kept reading my second week as a customer. I just kept learning more about Plexus. And I said, by the following Friday, I just went to her website and I joined. And I'm like, I'm just going to do this because I know my friends need this. No one in my area knows about it. I want to be the one to tell them. Sorry, there's someone at the mailman freaks me out every time he walks up. And I knew we were onto something with this compensation plan. So I jumped in and I was like, we're going, you ready? Because I'm doing this. And I just jumped in 2 feet and I started building a team right away. I intentionally knew I wanted to be a diamond and I worked as a diamond from day one. And I just didn't look back. I didn't let anyone get in my way. I just was like focused, like laser vision. This money, this income, this company could change my family's life. We had serious debt, guys. Like we had $24,000 in credit card debt. And it's not because I had anything fancy. I have like $12 Charming Charlie shoes still now as a diamond ambassador. Like I am really low maintenance. We just had a house. Our first house that we owned was falling down and we didn't have any money. So we put like siding, a new roof. We put it all on a credit card stupidly. So it was debt from that. So finally, like a year into Plexus, we're credit card debt free. I was able to leave my teaching job that did not fill my heart. Like teaching is the hardest job and I really give credit to anyone who can do it, but I knew from the time I started it wasn't for me, but I didn't have the ambition to ever go back to school and do anything else. So I was able to leave my job and stay home and really just now focus on my family and building a life for my family that I only really dreamed of. I just never knew existed, you know, and with this company, guys, it's just amazing. I'm reading Jackie's. I'll answer that later. So that's how I got started.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll do all the questions at the end. The people throughout your thing, they'll go ahead and put their questions in. So awesome. Now, if you want to just go ahead and share we'll go from there.
Yeah. So you want me to talk about the 2 things that I said today? Okay, guys, my 2 things that I'm passionate about is being a professional network marketer, intentionally working as a professional every day. And my second passion is follow-up. Like I could talk about follow-up all day long. I think it is the key piece that most people are missing. And it is the one thing, if you get a really great follow-up system in place, it's going to change your business. I started really looking at my business and how I was doing things right after Super Saturday because I learned so much from Molly Orr. And then I started putting in a follow-up system in place last spring, a really good one. And just by learning through other people, and it has changed everything for me. So I love sharing that. But my first thing, and I have notes here, so if you see me looking, that's why. I think it really starts, like I'm currently reading the Eric Worre GoPro again. I read it my first week as an ambassador, my first month, and I knew that I wanted to be a professional. And I think it really starts with having a professional mindset. Guys, we all pay the same, $34.95. We all have the same tools and resources at our fingertips. I am no different from anyone else, except for that I made a choice to be a professional. So I knew from day one. And, you know, I'm reading it again now, like Amy Kosmalski, one of my diamond uplines, her and I are rereading it together. And it's so different the way I look at the book now compared to the way I looked at it then. But I'm relearning again because now we're teaching it. So anyway, so having a professional mindset is number one, just making the choice to be a professional network marketer. Now, Eric Worre talks about the 3 different types of people that sign up for your business. So, and he talks about how he went through all 3, the first 2 until he became a professional. So if you find that you're not in professional mindset mode yet, that's okay. You can be, you can learn to be. So he talks about that people that sign up that are posers, right? He calls them posers. And please don't take this like personally. I'm not attacking, I'm not calling anyone a poser because at one point we were probably all posers, right? So the poser is the person that signs up. They see what the diamonds are making. We plaster it all over Facebook, that diamond income, but they think they're gonna sign up just a couple people and those people are gonna take them to the top, right? That's not how we need to work the business. We cannot have the mindset, I'm just going to sign up that one big ticket person. I'm just going to sign up that one runner and they're going to get me to Hawaii, or they're going to get me to diamond level. And first of all, our compensation isn't designed to have just one runner in the first place. And second, that just, if you're lucky and that happens, great, but you don't want to have that mindset. So they treat Plexus or network marketing like a lottery ticket, and it's not. It really involves skills and hard work and showing up every single day. Guys, on my quest to diamond, I didn't take time off. I didn't take a day off. Like, I worked Plexus every single day while we were on vacations with my family. And it wasn't all day. I wasn't neglecting anyone at times. But maybe I did a couple times. But I showed up every single day. And if it meant like 30 minutes in the morning while my kids were still sleeping, if it meant at night while they were in bed, I didn't take a day off because I had laser vision. Okay, so the second thing he talks about is being an amateur. An amateur focuses on luck. Do I have the right timing? Did I get in early enough? Did I not get in? Did I get in too early? They focus on signing one monster recruiter. They focus on positioning. Do I have the right upline? Do I have the right downline? Do I have the right sidelines? They focus on shortcuts, gimmicks, lead generators, going door to door, newspaper ads. They don't focus truly on relationships. So amateurs, and if you're there, that's okay because you can become a professional. So, you know, one of the big things he talks about amateurs, they blame their upline. My upline wasn't there for me. Guys, when I tell you, Kathleen, my sponsor, wanted nothing to do with Plexus growing a business. She just loved the product. She just wanted to sign customers and get people healthy. And her and I are great friends. So, but she'll be the first to tell you, like, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't even want the business until you came and I saw you were intentionally growing a business. If I let her, like, I don't know, she just, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say anything that's not going to come out right. But she was not building my business for me. I did not need her to wake me up in the morning. I didn't need her to hold my hand. I didn't need her to tell me what to do. I was just doing. Like, I didn't know everything. I still don't know everything, but I just did it anyways. So it's not about your upline. Anyways, now she's a rock star, first diamond in New York. And she was actually, funny story, she was the third emerald in New York. Her upline was the first emerald, I was the second, and she was the third because she didn't have the outside. Once she caught that fire, she was like focused on building her outside leg. So that's a totally different story. Anyways, so then he talks about, my notes are from the last call I did. And he talks about professionals. Professionals learn the skills, they learn how to prospect. They don't just make a list and when it runs out, they stop. They're looking to add new people to their list every single day. They look at going to the mall as an experience to find new leads. They look at going to a barbecue, not as a time to like, all right, you know, I'm going to go and just be with my friends and not work. That is a time they're building relationships and networking. It doesn't mean they're going to go and start recruiting at the barbecue, but they look at it as always building a network and always looking for new leads for people to, you know, share their opportunity with. Professionals show up every single day. Professionals are there for their team. They're there for their customers. They're just always looking to grow and learn. So those are the three different ones, and I love these concepts. And when I read this book the first time, I don't even think that chapter resonated with me. I was just like, I just probably skimmed through it and got to like the prospecting part. But when I went back and read it, and you can identify like the people on your team and where they're at, you can identify like how to help them get to the next level. And it's literally just making them identify their mistakes and teaching them how to get to the next level. So I love talking about those three things.
I think that's a great idea. I'm going to go back and reread it. I bet Beth will too. I think that's great to kind of see where everybody's at on our team. Are they a poser? Are they an amateur? And then what we can do to get them that professional level. I definitely wasn't professional when I started. I know that. So.
And, you know, one of the reasons why so many people sometimes, you know, they leave the business or they quit is because they're still in that poser level. They say 80% of people are on that poser frame line level. And when they don't get that big ticket person and they don't get going really fast, they don't realize it's probably something they're doing wrong versus the company or their upline or their downline. It's usually something internal. And I was a total poser when I was in Leah Sophia. Like, I was just a total poser, but I don't know. It's like interesting to see how you can totally grow. The book's name is Go Pro with Eric Worre. Someone just
if y'all don't have that book, go get it right now. That's one of the first books that I've read, and
yeah.
There, Beth has a picture. Beth has hers right there.
It's a very cool concept. The next thing I'm passionate, guys, about is follow-up. I love follow-up, and I think it is holding so many people back is because they don't have a system in place. And once you get a system in place with your follow-up, and there's all different types of follow-up, but once you get a system in place, it's going to feel easy, because the one biggest thing I hear and the one biggest thing I felt myself was I don't want to bother someone. Wow, if I reach out to them today and follow up, I'm going to be bothering them, or I'm going to annoy them, or they're going to think I'm a stalker. But if you get a system in place, then it just feels easy. So what I do, and this goes back to being a professional, you are running a business. So you have to, when you follow up, you have to treat your follow-up like a business. So you have that, maybe someone that you were just introducing Plexus to, just a cold message you sent to someone. And if they even give you the time of day back, that's great. So if someone says, oh yeah, I've been watching your posts and I'm really interested, do you have anything you can share with me? And then I send them the product video or a diamond duck that's related. And then I send them, the compensation plan, depending on their needs. And I say to them, all right, so here's some information I want you to look at. I'm going to put you on my calendar. I'm going to put you on my calendar, and I'm going to follow up with you on whatever, Tuesday. And that way, do you think you could take a look at it by Tuesday? That's what I say. And then now I know on Tuesday to go follow up with it. And I'm not going to bother them. I'm not going to feel like I'm bothering them by saying like, oh gosh, did they read it yet? So on Tuesday, I'm going to message and say, hey, it's Tuesday. I'm following up. Did you get a chance to look at that material? I'd love to set up a phone call with you. Do you have any more questions? So I treat my follow-up like a business. If someone says to me, if someone like saw a post I made, or they come and send me a message saying, I'm interested in Plexus, whatever, and they say, all right, I'm going to go place an order, and they don't, because I know we all have those, right? I follow up the very next day. Hey, just checking to see if, you've gotten a chance to get on the website. Do you have any questions? Is there something holding you back, or are you ready to place that order today? I just ask them for the order. Are you ready to sign up today? You have to ask them for the order. But when you have a system in place, when you say, I'm going to contact you on, I have a girl, she was actually a kid I used to teach. Now I'm getting old because they're all adults. And, she said, all right, so I want to do this, but she's really, really spreadsheet with money. She's really good with money. And I'm like, budget? What's that? She's like, I'm looking at my spreadsheet and looking at my budget, and it won't happen until October. I said, okay, so what week in October? And she gave me the week, and I said, okay, so I'm going to contact you on October 12th. I have it right here. That's tomorrow. And we're gonna get you set up on October 12th. I give them a date that I'm going to contact them. That way, when you go back and follow up, you're not bothering them because you treated it like a business, guys. Think about when you have a doctor's appointment, right? When you call a doctor or a dentist to make an appointment, they don't say, hey, just pick a day, and they say, would you like to come in on Tuesday at 2? Because they're running a business. They need to fill those spots. And if you treat your business the same way with a system, a follow-up, it's going to feel different. And then, like I said, when you go to follow up with them, you don't feel like you're bothering them. You really feel like, hey, we set this up for Tuesday at 2. Now I'm going to make sure to, and you better make sure you message them because then you lose all credibility if you don't. And think about a doctor's office. They call you a day ahead to give you a reminder. You guys can do that same thing for your business. A day ahead of the date that you scheduled for follow-up, say, hey, I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Hope you're getting the information that you need. And then you leave it, and then the next day you talk to them. All right, today's the day. Are you ready? Simple things like that have changed my business totally. I hope that's making sense. I feel like I'm just blabbering on, but I got a thumbs up. But really, really get a date and time from them on when you're going to follow up, and then it's just going to feel easy, and it's going to feel like you're running a business and not just winging it. That makes sense?
Yeah, I think that's great.
Sorry, Ariel, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, so we were just talking about that this weekend, how if you truly like, you know, when you're following up, if you will ask them if they, you know, if they've said 5 times that they're going to do it and they haven't done it and you're still following up, ask them obviously something is holding you back. What is holding you back from making this happen? What is making you back, you know, hold you back from ordering, or what is holding you back from becoming an ambassador? And so, I can't even remember off the top of my head right now who was talking about that, but they said when they started doing that, like their follow-ups turned to success because it was putting them on them, you know, putting the question on them. So,
Yep. Absolutely. And guys, guess what? I get people that ignore me too, all the time. So when I set a follow-up time with them and then they still ignore me, I just say, hey, you're on my follow-up list. I really don't want to keep bothering you. Do you want me to take you off my follow-up list? And then they usually say, no, oh my gosh, no, I was driving and I didn't get a chance to respond, or let me talk to my husband and I'll get back to you. I was like, all right, you know I'm here. I'm going to check in with you again tomorrow and let me know what you think, okay? And now the next day, now you already have an okay from them to go back and check in with them. But I don't let those people that ignore me, I don't let them off the hook right away. And it's easy to do that. It's easy to be like, oh, no, don't. Like, go back and just say, hey, you're on my list to follow up with, or I really think you would love it. If you want me to take you off my contact list, just let me know. I don't want to bother you. I just know that you would love this, that you would be amazing for this company. And then it gives them the choice, because guys, most women don't want to like hurt someone else's feelings. They don't want to say no, you know. So if you give them the okay to be like, no, it's not for me, it makes it so much more comfortable and less awkward. And I've had both. I've had people say, no, I'm here, I'm ready. And I've had people say, yeah, you know, I just don't think now's the right time. And okay, well, you know, I'll check in with you in 6 months from now and see if it's the right time then. And then in 6 months, you just check again. It just, being persistent with follow-up is huge. And it takes 8 to 12 contacts until you finally get that order. If I have someone with a medical issue that I know would benefit, I just once a month keep sending them testimonies. I know we can't post them on Facebook, but I send them in a private message and say, you know, this is my very good friend and she's having these results, and I just wanted you to share because I'm not giving up on you yet. Like, I know you would love these products. But I don't give up on people. They don't ever come off my list. They just kind of like get put off a little bit, you know?
I love that. I think it's great. I'm going to implement that follow-up. I love it how you, just like you said, the doctor's office, hey, I'm going to do the same thing. I've been kind of bad about that, saying, okay, I'm going to follow up with you next week on Wednesday. And it gives you a great in to speak to them again. So definitely great information.
Yeah. Because this is the month, guys. Like, I mean, you guys have been around a while. Have you ever seen an incentive like this? Like, I was praying for an iPad, and this, like, blows that iPad out the dang window. So if you're not going to put your running shoes on this month and get running fast, I don't know when you will. So this is the month. You just put those, if someone is holding you back, if you got an ambassador dragging you down, just put them to the side till next month, because you're running and you're working and you don't need anyone dragging you down. And if you're that person dragging someone down, stop it. Carrie Wilkerson says, get your running shoes on and get running, because
about this every day. Like, y'all, this is crazy exciting. You're doing somebody else other than us. It's crazy.
If this doesn't get you sprinting, I don't know what will, because I feel like it's my first month in business again. And I want, like, that first 6 months I was in, I want that repeated. So, and it's all about just getting those running shoes on and getting to work, you know?
But you can't say you want it. You have to do it. You have to do the work. We all want it. This month is crazy. I mean, the opportunity this month, like, I just can't, I mean, I can't, it's like, I can't even say, like, I don't even know.
I know, like, I feel like
It's fired me up like nobody's business.
I can't even sleep. Like,
I know.
I'm like, my eyeballs are popping open at 5 a.m. I'm like, who am I going to talk to today? You know, it's just the most exciting time. And guys, even if this is what I'm telling my team too. If you're shooting for whatever level, silver, gold, ruby, emerald, whatever level you are, even if you don't get it this month, you're laying the groundwork for next month and the following couple of months. So you're shooting for emerald and you miss it by 200 points. That's okay, because now you got those people on board and you're going to get it next month, you know. And when this month is over, don't just work hard this month. Look at what you did and continue that, because that's truly what it takes to get to jewel level. Like working like a dog. Guys, I was a teacher when I was sapphire and a half when I left teaching, right? So I was hit sapphire in March on my first anniversary, and then I resigned in June. So I had points for like sapphire and a half, I would say. I didn't get to jewel level and do this at home. I figured out a way. I worked on my preps at school. I was a bad teacher. I worked on my preps at school. I worked on my lunch break. I got up early. I stayed up late because I knew that income would change my family's life, truly, and it has. I didn't make any excuses for myself.
I agree. I started and went to Diamond while I was working more than one job, and got traveled. And I know that a lot of people say that. I hear it all the time. I don't have time. I had no time. I had no time whatsoever to do it. But it was important to me, and I did every day. It's amazing what 15 minutes a day will do if you're really working. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you guys don't have time. You heard Beth and you heard Erin. They had full-time jobs and they made it happen. Y'all can find 15 minutes to work your business and reach out to people every morning or every night. So
it truly is about getting a system in place, though. When I was teaching, I didn't have a system. I was flying by the seat of my pants. Like, I didn't even know what was going on half the time. But once you get a system in place, I was with Brenda Martin, and if you know Brenda, she has 11 children, right? And she made, you know, some people make comments to you that they'll stick in your head forever. She made a comment that said, if I didn't have a system in place for my family, this would have never worked. She said, if I had like 5 or 6 little ones at the time Plexus came into my life, this wouldn't have worked. So getting a system in place, looking at your week, live by your calendar. This is who I'm going to talk to today. I'm going to have online events. I'm going to have sip and sees. You know, fill your calendar. If you have a full calendar, you're going to be making money. My husband right now, all of a sudden after 2.5 years, says, I think I want to do this too. Really, babe? Well, it's about dang time. So he's a teacher and he coaches varsity soccer, so he's really busy. He's using his prep periods at work. No, he's a phys ed teacher, so he doesn't prep on prep periods. He's using his prep periods at work and his lunch breaks to set up meetings with other teachers. And he's having his second sip and see of the month on tomorrow night. And I don't know, like, it's just, if you have a full calendar, the money is going to be coming in.
Someone just asked, what kind of system do you use? A calendar, file cards? What's your system?
No, I don't use file cards. This is my life. This is my calendar. And you know, when you have your list of people, your Franks list, you need to, what I do, I put those people's names on my calendar. So like on the 11th, I have the 3 people I'm going to talk to today about Plexus. And guys, diamond pace is like 10, so get 10 people a day. But so right now I have about 3 people a day listed on my calendar. I have, you know, the calls here, the online events, my coaching calls for my team. But I have my days and weeks planned out ahead of time. So I don't, most of the time, like for me, I mean, my system now is I bring my kids to school, I go to the gym, and then I start working from like 11 to 3 when they come home. But I fill that time right up.
Yep, that's how I do it. That's exactly what I do too. Arieles. Yeah.
But if you're not organized, and you got to get yourself organized. So if you're not working off a Frank's list, that's the first thing you're going to do, homework, when you get off the call. And then you're just going to start reaching out to people.
Yep.
Yeah, and y'all are going to use her follow-up that she did. I'm going to do a contest or something, I think, on my page with that. That's a good idea. Hey, somebody had a really good question for you that I know a lot of people. Any tips on sharing in a market that's never heard of Plexus?
Yeah, get excited. Those are the best markets, guys. You can get talking. You could be the one to tell them. That is one of the reasons I joined. I joined for the compensation plan. I joined because I felt better off the products. I knew they worked, but I wanted to be the one to tell all my friends. I don't want them hearing it from someone else. I don't want someone else, So I really wanted to be the one. So if Jackie, I think, lives in Long Island. Guys, there's wide open on Long Island, right? There's not even a jewel yet. We have a senior ruby down there and a couple gold. That's exciting. And if you look, Long Island has huge population. There's a bazillion houses every block. So get excited. When I started, it was all my warm market. I didn't even know what a market was. I just started talking about it to my family. I didn't know what a cold, warm, hot. I just started telling my family and friends, and they started buying, and then they started feeling good, and they started joining. So
I think one thing we talked about, and Arielle and I talked about this actually this morning. We talked a little bit before. So many people are timid and scared because they don't know all the answers and they don't know everything. And I don't know all the answers still. I hadn't even taken a sip of it. This is the deal. If you will get excited and if you will show that you're excited about something and not be timid, so much of it is in your presentation. If you think, well, I don't know the answer, so I can't tell anybody. Yes, you can tell everybody. If they have a question you don't know, messages. That's, get excited. Get excited that you have an open area. Get excited that you have this new opportunity. You can totally do this. I think the nurse, I'm going to have to hop off for just a second.
Okay, we have somebody else that says they're silver. They currently...
I wanted to add one more thing to that, to the Long Island, to Jackie. I hear a lot, like, okay, it's so different in New York than it is in Texas, and it's so different, people are more skeptic. I have the same skeptics you have. I am 30 minutes from you, girl. I hear from my ambassadors on Long Island, well, Beachbody's big down here. Well, Beachbody's big in Rockland, too. It's just a matter of educating people. First of all, they're two totally different companies. Just start sharing, just start talking to people, but don't let the excuses of, and I don't know if you do, I don't even know you, Jackie, don't let the excuses of people are skeptical in New York, or Beachbody's huge, or there's nobody here to help me. No one was here in Rockland when I started. No one was here where I live. So that should excite you versus make you, intimidated. So if you have that mindset, be like, I'm going to be the one to tell my friends. That's kind of the mindset you want.
And y'all, that holds true for wherever you live. In California, New England, Chicago, this is the same thing. There's so many open markets. Everywhere is an open market. I'm in McKinney, where we have, I don't even know how many diamonds we have here in Dallas. And I'm pretty sure the people on my street don't know what, somebody would not know what Plexus is. So absolutely.
I love this wholesale question. I'm silver and currently have 8 wholesale ambassadors. Okay. So when I look at my business, I'm going to be really vulnerable and really honest with you because I've made as many mistakes as anyone. So my first year in business, I was casting the vision to my team like nobody's business. I gave them gold. All right, girl, you're going silver this week. All right, you have enough people. We're going to go gold. You're going gold this month. We're going gold this month. You're going to do this. The second year in business, guys, I was like selling that wholesale dream like nobody's business. I was just hoping that like Melissa Eichenhorst would sign up under me and she would see like a post that, so-and-so went Emerald and would want to just work the business because they're competitive. Well, those people are few and far between, right? So, but I was just selling the wholesale dream like it's nobody's business. Like, all right, you can sign up and you can get your products cheaper. That was all I was doing. And so the last like couple of weeks, I started really self-reflecting of what I'm doing wrong. Why did I stop casting vision? Why are these people only ordering for a couple months and then shutting their accounts off? Because they're pretty much just customers, right? Why is no one wanting to grow a team? I didn't share the potential. It was me. It wasn't them. it was me. I wasn't sharing the potential. Hey, do you know if you find 3 people this month, you can make enough money to cover your products? Hey, did you know if you sign 4 preferred customers, you can make enough money to cover your products? I was doing that my first year, and I wasn't doing that my second year. So I had a whole slew of wholesale ambassadors my second year who are white line. It was me. But now, this last couple of weeks, when I self-reflected and realized what I was doing, my husband is like working like a dog signing ambassadors right now. They are already out there working. They already have people lined up because I am now teaching them. People don't always just see it. Like I came in knowing I want to build a business. That's not normal. So you have to teach them. You have to show them how to do it, how to find their first 3 people to get them silver, how to make enough money to cover their own products. So really take a look at how you're presenting it to them and say, like, hey, do you know the kind of income you can make? What is your goal? How much money would change your family's life? If they say $500, show them what they have to do. If they say, $10,000, hey, guess what? With Plexus, that's doable. Most companies, it's not doable. Plexus, that's doable. Here's what we're going to do then. Then you got to teach them how to build a team. But really, really, really work on, selling that vision versus that wholesale. Can't be selling the wholesale dream anymore. And that's what I started wording it to my team. I'm like, guys, like I have been selling the wholesale dream like it's my job, and I apologize, So
I've done the same thing. I think we can all attest to that. So that was a great message for me to hear as well. It's time to cast that vision again. So. Somebody wants to know how you go about talking to white lines, especially white lines that are still ordering products.
Okay. There's two things I want to say with that. One, replace the white lines with green lines. There's a Facebook graphic. It's easier to give birth than raise the dead, right? So work on always be looking to bring new blood into your business versus trying to raise the dead. Second, they're not really dead. They're alive, so you can talk to them. And maybe they just want to order here and there, and that's okay. Or maybe you just build belief in them and say, hey, I know you haven't really worked this business that much, but do you even realize how good you would be at it? Like, people love, and only say it if you're sincere. Like, I would never say anything unless I meant it. I am like as real and raw as you get. So if you see potential in someone, if you see someone like with a following or with influence or someone that would love this company's culture, let them know. Why not, right? And the worst they could say is, no, I'm just good ordering products for myself. I don't spend a lot of time with my white line. I just don't. I spend more time building my runners and building my own team with personal prospecting. My business, my husband's business, bringing in new blood is always our first priority. We never sit back and wait for our team to do the work for us. We are always looking to be sponsoring. So that's my white line answer. Maybe it's not what you wanted to hear, but I'm honest.
But it's the truth. Beth and I have both been pouring into our teams that it's important that you take an hour a day or however long just for you to do your own personal IPA before reaching out to your teams. Before I even get on, like you said, I take my kids to school, I work out, and then I do my hour of personal time where I'm personally reaching out, and then I focus on my team. I don't focus on them till I get my reaching out to new prospects done. Otherwise, it doesn't happen. So you have to put yourself first sometimes to grow.
And if you have one leg that's growing, we cannot assume that it will continue. I'm going to tell you my very first senior goal is still senior goal. I just thought she was going to go to jewel level. Nothing's stopping her. She's still senior gold. I've had legs in my team go up and down in points. My level one, their overall team points. So never expect for anyone to work harder. You always have to be the hardest worker on your team.
Oh, absolutely. I've had senior goals leave this company to go do something else. So I agree. 100%.
Like crazy. Like crazy leaving this company.
Crazy people.
Crazy.
Okay. Somebody wants to know, what is your suggestion for somebody's first post on Facebook?
I just kind of like always being honest. So I try to tell people saying, hey, I've been watching my friend for 2 years, and I finally decided to take the plunge and join Plexus, and looking for people to, come on this journey with me, something like that, something simple.
Perfect. Yeah, keep it simple. No need to stress about it.
Yeah, I don't put a lot of information on there, like really just simple. The less is more, I think.
Yeah. Okay, there was a question up here. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. We skipped it. About an online event. Okay, someone had an online event last night, and they're having one again on Thursday. So they've invited a lot of people to that. So do you still call them this week to talk to them? They don't want to overload them. What would your suggestion be?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So if you had an online event and you invited people, if you're not going to follow up with them, you give me their names and I will. No, just kidding. I won't. But it is so, okay, so I know you were on last night, or did you get on last night? Tell me what products you interest you, or tell me what piqued your interest the most, or weren't those testimonies amazing? I can't wait for your testimony. But guys, if you're having online events and not following up with the people you invited, you're really, really wasting your time. And for online events, I like to personally invite people, and I usually try to keep it 10 people per event, like with a big team one. And I just say, all right, I'm having an online pajama party, like love for you to jump on and just follow along, no obligation, just want to share with you what I'm doing. And then go ahead, Beth.
You need to call people and invite them. I know that she was saying, because I know what team she's on, that they're doing an event Thursday. Guys, you have to call and invite. You cannot leave it to them seeing on Facebook or them seeing the event page on Facebook or any of that. They're not seeing it. I guarantee it. And I'll use this as an example. My mom is planning a birthday party for me, and she made an event page. I haven't seen anything about it. I honestly didn't even see that she did it. I saw that somebody posted that they were going. People cannot see those pages. You have to pick up the phone and call. They are not seeing your post on Facebook. They are not seeing your post on your team page. They are not seeing your event page. Keep using those. I'm not saying don't use them, but do not depend on them. You have to pick up the phone and call.
Yeah, you have to be proactive. If you could have seen my husband, I don't even know he's been watching me for 2 weeks. He decided a week ago to start working this business. I'm going to show you what he did. I didn't even tell him what to do. Look, here's his list. And my husband, this is his list, right? So this is what he's working off every day. And 176 names. He picked up the phone. My mother-in-law used to call him Dialing Damon. For a dude, he loved being on the phone. I don't love being on the phone, but he could talk on the phone all day. And he just started picking up the phone and calling people. Is he getting no's? Yeah, he is. But he's also getting a lot of interest and a lot of appointments. I think he has 4 meetings today. I mean, it's crazy. So, but if you just pick up the phone and ask people to talk to you, or ask to sit down with someone, most people are gonna, give you the time of day. But you can't you have to be proactive. Just posting on Facebook, it's not working. It's not being a network marketing professional. It's posting on Facebook.
Yeah.
And a lot of us built our business on Facebook. I'm not discarding it. I would not be where I am if it was not for Facebook. But becoming a professional means setting up those appointments.
Yes, and I would say, a lot of people say, well, I don't know that many people. Yes, you do. Pick up your phone list, get your contacts and write everybody down in that. Then go to your Facebook and write everybody's name down on that wasn't on your phone list. You know that many people. If 100 intimidates you, start with 50, but make a list and add to that list all the time.
I guarantee you everyone sends out 100 to 200 Christmas cards. Those are your contacts. I send out easily 120 Christmas cards every year. Those are my contacts. That's where you start. You go to your Facebook,
If you're sending them a Christmas card, you know them, so don't be scared to talk to them.
Because those cards get expensive. You're not sending those to anyone, just anyone.
That's the truth. Yeah. And if you get a Christmas card from somebody, then you message them too, because sometimes you'll get them from people that you forget to send them to.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And then send them a Christmas card real fast.
So January should be a very busy month for everybody.
Yes. Keep your Christmas cards. That can be your 50 list for January or 100 list for January, however many Christmas cards you get, and go through those. Seriously, stack them up. And if they're not Plexus, you start calling them. That could be very cool.
Yep.
We'll have to remember that to tell people. Write that down.
Okay, we have one more question. How do you deal or talk to customers, ambassadors that have tried the product for a month or so and then they tell you it's not for me, it makes me go to the bathroom, or it's not working for me, even after troubleshooting and explaining the way it works? How would you deal with something like that?
Troubleshooting with products is definitely not my strength. Just gonna be honest. I can troubleshoot the business all day long. That's my strength. I mean, if someone tells me to go in the bathroom all day, I was like, yeah, I get it. So do I. Like, I was a teacher having to like run out. Like, I get it. That means it's probably working. But I don't know. If they tell you it's not working,
is that if you ask any of us, like truthfully, we probably would have just given the same answer. But here's the deal. If you have a question, if somebody is saying something specific, go put it on our team page.
Yeah.
I guarantee there's somebody else who has had that whatever problem they're having with the products. You know, go put it on our team page and let's figure it out together, because somebody has had that question before. And, you know, also I think that's just an important thing also with following up with your customers is asking, like I had a new customer start. She ordered last week and she started, I think on Friday she started. And so I said, okay, I'm going to follow back up with you at the beginning of the week and see what's going on. Because like she was starting the triplex. So I told people to start the Slim for 2 or 3 days and then start the Probiome BioCleanse, just because I want them to know what the Slim is like. And so this morning, first thing, I sent a quick voice message while I was driving down the road. Hey, I know you've been taking the Slim for 3 or 4 days. How are you liking that? And have you started the Probiome BioCleanse? You have to, it's follow-up. Follow-up is so key, right? So even for your customers, and that's something that I had to learn. I always felt like I was bothering people. When I was asking them all the time, I would be like, I'm so sorry to bother you. And everybody would be like, you're not bothering me, which was so stupid.
Right.
Because obviously I wasn't bothering them. They're ordering the products, right? So just don't be scared or afraid, but keeping in communication with them too, I think is absolutely huge. But if there is a problem and you don't know the answer, it's okay. Say, let me go ask and find out. I remember I was in a meeting. I was doing a meeting. I think I was in Arizona. And one of my girls said, have you, messaged me and said, have you ever had anybody have diarrhea with Slim? And I was like, oh my gosh, no, I've never heard of that. Well, I was with 2 other girls and I was like, hey, have y'all ever heard of that? And they're like, oh yeah, it's fine. It's detox. And I was like, okay, so I didn't know that answer, but somebody else did. And so I just told my customer, hang tight. Let me find out if anybody else has ever struggled with that. You know, so it's a learning process for all of us.
Yep. For those people that say it's not working for me, I would ask them questions. All right. So what are your goals? Are you sleeping better? Do you have more energy? Are you just looking at the scale and telling me it's not working? Are you making better food choices? Are you drinking a lot of water? Are you getting your body up and moving? Most of the time they'll realize it's probably something they're doing or not doing versus the product. Set them up in the beginning. You know, they gave us 60-day money back for a reason. They really want you to take their natural products. They're not synthetic, so most of the time they're not going to work overnight. You have to give your body time to adjust, and if you're kind of unhealthy to begin with, it might take longer. And it doesn't mean unhealthy looking. It could mean like a migraine or a thyroid problem, you know.
Right.
Someone's on a lot of other medications, it might take longer. And again, like it goes back to, you're dealing with human beings. Not everyone is going to like it. Not everyone's going to love the products. Not everyone's going to want to join your team, right? Just the same with, like, I would say eggs. Like, not everyone likes eggs. Not everyone's going to like plexus. So it's just a matter of a numbers game and getting more contacts. And the more people you talk to, the more leads you're going to have, and then the more customers you're going to have, and the more people join your team. So if you stay ahead of that versus just worrying about one customer, bring in a whole bunch more customers, because some of them are going to love it. I've had more customers quit on me than anything. Like, it doesn't stop me. It doesn't hold me back. I just go look for more people. And now my husband's buying them all.
There's a little secret too, that even though your customer says that they're taking it and taking it the right way, a lot of people will never take it. And you'll see that. I've had customers say, oh my gosh, it's not working. It's not working. And the next month I see them on online garage sale trying to sell their plexus. You know what? Well, obviously it's not working, but they swore to me that they were taking it the way they were supposed to. So just know that also, and don't get so discouraged. I have had customers leave. I've had customers leave and customers come back. I've had customers never come back. don't get discouraged by that. You're right. Just keep finding more people.
That's my favorite. It's not working, but I have 3 months. Do you want to buy the 3 months?
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm good. I'll buy it for myself. Thank you.
And no, I won't put it on my team page.
And you should try to take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've all been there. So
Yeah. Anything that you go through, we go through. It's just the difference is we don't let it stop us from continuing to do more. I get told no every day. I have people quit, customers quit, level 1s quit. I just don't let it bother me. My mentality is, that's okay. I'm going to go find 2 more to replace that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
awesome. Okay, guys. I know we've kept her for almost an hour, so we really appreciate you, Erin, taking the time to do this call.
Thank you.
I know I learned stuff from you. I took notes as well, so I know that we're going to go back and implement. Beth and I are going to do Zoom later today, and I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff is going to get covered in it. So it was a great, great call. We thank you so much. And once I get the recording, I'll get it over to you so you can share with your team as well. So
Awesome.
Thanks, Erin.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Erin. We appreciate your time.
Thank you. We'll see you in Dallas.